of September, we are celebrating National Hispanic Heritage Month, so I wanted to dig a little bit deeper into my Puerto Rican roots. So I'm here with my mom, Lydia, who's going to show us today how to make Arroz Con Gandules, which translates into rice and pigeon peas, which is a very traditional Puerto Rican dish that we have at every gathering, whether it's small or holiday. So we have our Latina Power shirts and some pina coladas, and we're ready to rock and roll. So what
we're going to do is we're going to take a tablespoon of olive oil.
Okay.
And we're going to add that to the caldero, the pot. And we're also going to add some sofrito. And that is the Puerto Rican seasoning.
Okay.
Mixed with garlic, peppers, onions, cilantro, culantro, all different types of fresh seasoning. And what we did was, after we blended all of that, we put them in cubes so it's easier for us to cook anytime we want to make rice. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a teaspoon of sea salt. So 1 teaspoon of sea salt. And then I actually add sazon. Now, you can buy sazon at the store. It's already in a packet. But I make my own at home because it doesn't have any MSG in it. So
what is sazon?
Sazon has the ingredients. You have I use ground coriander, oregano, garlic powder, pepper. I'm trying to think of all the ingredients right now. Chote powder to mix it, and that also gives it the color of the rice.
Okay.
So it's a blend of different seasonings that I mix together, and then I add that to the rice. A teaspoon, you could add a teaspoon to 1.5 teaspoons of sazon.
Okay.
Okay. 1/4 of black pepper. You wanted to give it just a little bit more color. I do use the aneto powder instead of using the achote with the oil. I use the powder to give it just a little more extra color too. Now, mixing that all together. You could do all chicken broth if you like. I don't like the rice to be too salty, so I do half chicken broth and half water. So I add, since I'm making 2 cups of rice, I use a little less water. I use 10 ounces of chicken broth and then 10 ounces of water. And so my next step is going to be adding the pigeon peas. And so when I add the pigeon peas, I let that cook for about 3 minutes. And what I want to start doing too, I'm going to raise the flame to high heat because I want the water and the broth to start boiling. And should we have a toast?
And cheers.
Now you can see it's starting to boil.
Perfect.
So then what I do is I add the rice, and I use 2 cups of rice. And then I'm going to stir this up. Just get the gandules and the rice and the seasoning, all of it mixed together. This is going to take between 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
So then what we end up doing is just waiting until all the water and the chicken broth is absorbed, and then we will stir the rice and leave it for another 20 to 25 minutes on low. We simmer the rice. So what we've done, after we stir the rice, then we cover the rice and let it cook for 20 to 25 minutes. We let it simmer, and now after we get it done, then we fluff it up with a fork, and it's ready to serve. And
it looks great. Yeah.
So, arroz con gandules.
Let's eat.